What is up, everybody? Nick Legostava here, about to answer the question: are the Transformer slightly reworked, slightly reissued in G1 style boxes Headmasters worth it? So, these have the Takara face sculpts. They were Walmart exclusive, besides some that dropped on Hasbro Pulse. That was the exclusivity of so many different Transformers nowadays is really annoying. And I mean, the fact that you have to go to Walmart to get these in person is annoying. I really hate Walmart, if I'm being honest. But, you know, you had to go there to get these, and it was a pain in the ass to find them. They were not readily available around me. It took quite a bit of searching. But that's not all. That's not all. Look at what I ended up with Mindwipe right here. Look at this. No paint app for the eyes. The red is missing. You can clearly see that that red is supposed to be there. I mean, you all know it is from the animation and from the box and from other videos that I've seen. That red is supposed to be on the eyes. The eye is on the little guy, but they weren't painted on the face sculpt, which really pisses me off. So right off the bat, there was quality control, even with these. You know, I had some optimism for these. Hey, they're another more limited thing. They're gonna work a little bit on the quality, but no. And Mindwipe has very, very loose ankles on mine. If he just pushes forward slightly, he will fall forward. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Now, are these worth it if you already have the original Titans Returns ones? If you already have all the Titans Returns Headmasters, I mean, the face sculpts are better, they're more accurate, but I don't think it's worth it to have to run around and get a whole new set of them. I think that set is still good enough. And I mean, of course, if you have the Takara versions, I mean, these are just slightly different than that. They have, in my opinion, just slightly better crisp paint apps, but they have the same head sculpts and whatnot. So this one's kind of a toss-up for me. I'm going to go over each figure individually with a little more detail, and towards the end I think I'm going to put my full review of Hardhead in here since I didn't upload that separately. I was just going to wait till I did a video on all of them. And you'll note that I have some 3D printed stuff for some of these guys already. So let's just go over the bunch here. So we already started off with Mindwipe here, trying to wipe my mind from this awful freaking paint app mishap. Paint app mishap. How about that? I was on hold with Hasbro trying to rectify this issue, but we all know they're going to send me some warehouse warming figure that's of equal value. Yeah, it's probably going to be some like $20 Cyberverse figure that no one wants. But I mean, I do like that they painted the entirety of the inside of the wing to have the wing be different in bat mode. I'm not going to transform all of these up. That would be way too long. It's just going to kind of go over some of the issues with some of the figures, some of the positives of some of the figures. I mean, the head sculpts are positives on most of these besides this. That just pissed me off a lot. But yeah, the paint matching on him isn't the best either. I would actually say that Mindwipe is my least favorite of this that I ended up with, just because of that. I mean, it's not just because of that, but I was really hoping to like Mindwipe more because he was my favorite Decepticon Headmaster, and my favorite Autobot one was Chromedome, and he was the last one that I was able to get. It took me forever to get Chromedome. I mean, really. Oh wait, we're not there yet. I'm saying and. We're not even to Highbrow yet, the issue that I have on my Highbrow. But Chromedome here, luckily he has the paint apps on his face that he's supposed to. He has the silver around the eyes, the blue eyes, the orange mouth plate. I mean, glad nothing's missing there on him. These are 3D printed rifles for him. He did come with these, but I mean, look at how stupid that gun looks. It's like a thin little bathtub gun. Those were so stupid in Titans Returns. I wish they just reworked the weapons to basically just be these weapons, but 3D printed them. You know, they don't match that red, but it's fine. They're rifles, and people say that this isn't animation accurate. There's actually some frames in the animation where the Autobot symbol had the white outline, and in the toy commercial for it, it had the white outline in the animation for that. So I'd rather go with that than the Takara version, in my opinion, just because it stands out a little more on the shelf, and it throws a little more white in there instead of just the white head sculpt. Sorry, the camera's kind of kind of falling there. Actually, let me move these boxes. I just kind of had them in the background. We're going to have a little bit of a avalanche here. But yeah, the boxes are really cool. They're the 80s style Transformer boxes. So I do really like that. That was the main reason I got these, besides I didn't have a set of Headmasters. But it's really something if you already have the Titans Return versions. You know, I didn't have those, so I needed Headmasters anyway. And it's like, I mean, I could fish for eBay for those, or the Takara versions, or just get these remasters. I mean, they technically kind of are remasters because they're reworks of the figure, but yeah. Not much else to say on him. Let's move along to Hardhead here. Now, my Hardhead, what was the issue with this? I thought there might have been an issue. I don't remember. You'll see, I have the full review of this that I think I'm going to post at the end. So you'll see a full review for the figure in this. If I decide to put that there, who knows how long this video will be. Weirdwolf here. Now, my Weirdwolf has a slight paint app issue here, which I kind of wish I had noticed a little bit earlier, because I did see another Weirdwolf and Skullcruncher at another Walmart like 3 towns over, but it kind of has a little bit of a paint app mishap right there on his leg. I like that I came up with that word at the beginning of this. And he's also the only one that could kind of have ankle tilt because he has ball joints right there, so he's the only one with that more modern amenity for the $20 that everyone justifies. So yeah, he's the only one that ends up with that. He doesn't have the wrist swivel, so yep, these are definitely Titans Returns figures with slightly better paint apps than the Takara head sculpts. So moving on to Brainstorm. It took me a second to think of his name. I had to brainstorm his name up. He has 3D printed, undermounted, double sawed-off chainsaw shotguns. I don't know why those look so good on him, but they really do. Yeah, he's just a madman with those. Something to note about him is, I think this back part, if you're going to be transforming him a lot and moving him around a lot, it can get scratched up. I mean, I've only moved him around slightly and transformed him like 2 times. And there's already this little scratch there. That's because they painted this whole part in the blue instead of just molding it in the blue plastic, which I think the blue plastic for this, it would have been fine if that whole part was molded in that. It's just kind of, they had to paint it. Kind of strange, but I mean, I guess it makes it look a little more crisp, but definitely opens up the door to scratching for him. I hate that this keeps, like, the camera keeps moving down. I'm so sorry about that. It's so annoying. Usually don't have that issue. Moving on to Highbrow here. I actually do something for on the shelf to make him a little bit taller. I don't click this bottom part in. It just kind of is on that slider there. But just to make him a little bit taller, differentiate some heights on the shelf. That's what I do for mine. Now, another thing, when I was looking at the other regular versions, these usually break on the Titans Returns ones. And I mean, I bet they would break on here if you weren't careful. It's kind of just that thin little plastic blade, so you got to be careful there. And on mine, the 5mm pegs don't really hold into the hands very well on these, whether it's undermounted or top mounted. I've tried some other guns with it, so it's just that the hands are a little loose, probably just off by some freaking under millimeters in the molding on mine. But yeah, there he is. And last but not least, Skullcruncher. Another thing that I wish that, I mean, a KO actually did this, but this didn't do that. It fixed this giant hollow area in the leg that kind of has him, it's kind of hard for him to stand. If you get him in certain things, you got to kind of angle his legs so he can stand. But this part, I'd seen this somewhere where on the KO, there's like these KOs that are bigger, they're upscaled, they have die cast on them. This part flips into the leg on that. At least on one of them. I seen it somewhere in a video. But yeah, I kind of wish that they made that a possibility on this, but they did not. I do like how big, like his alt mode is pretty big, even though it's a deluxe. His alt mode is giant because of this mostly like hollow giant tailpiece that also kind of looks like a rail gun. It houses that regular gun you can pop in his hand, but I do like that as a weapon accessory. It kind of just looks like an awesome giant rail gun of sorts. But Skullcruncher, I like him, but I mean, these are loose. I'm going to have to tighten those up for sure. This is about to cut me off, but the accessories, Mindwipe came with that, Came with Weirdwolf, and it doesn't go in his hand very well, so another quality control issue on.
Oh, we're Hasbro, and at Hasbro, your figures have a limited time warranty. If you call us within 6 months of getting your figure, you can get a replacement. But is it going to be a replacement of the figure you actually want that had QC issues, like an unpainted paint app on the eyes? Oh, hell no! It's going to be something that's warehouse warming of equal or lesser value because we can't even keep things in stock ourselves.
Almost forgot, but guess what? We are going to go over the individual little headmasters, so we'll start off with Chromedome here. Flip him out. The original one, I don't think it had the paint app on the face, but you got that little paint app. And then we got Hardheads right here. He has 3 different colors on his face. Really picked out there, looking like a little mini-me. On him... And then Mindwipe, you flip him open. I mean, the little guy's little eyes are painted, but they couldn't manage to paint his regular face. They just couldn't do it. And then Brainstorm here, let's flip him out. He's just got a little yellow in there for it. Focusing on that better. And then Highbrow. He's got, that almost looks like it's 3 different ones. I can't tell if that's a different blue or just they didn't paint that part blue and they painted the mouth. I'm having trouble focusing there. They painted the mouth silver and the head top, the gunmetal silverish gray. So he's got quite a few different colors going on in his little mini mode. And then here we go with Skullcruncher. Flip him out. He's got gold and red accents on the face there for him. And then here we go with Weirdwolf. He's just got the red in there. But I'm pretty sure that original Hasbro versions, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, they were mostly unpainted. So, I mean, I guess that's better. But, I mean, are you really ever going to display these in this mode? They're so tiny. And then for another little giggle, I'll throw in Ape Faces. It's not Ape Face. The other one. I mean, I'm getting confused. There's so many names I have to have in my head from so many different continuities of so many different series. It's crazy. But yeah, here he is. They're all the same size, even though he's supposedly a Voyager. They're all the same size headmasters. So that was something else. I don't think I've seen anyone throw that comparison in there. So yeah, there he is. Flip him up. Put that back on there. But just actually, I'll keep it off. Just look at them all headless. That's pretty strange. So there you go. I guess this will be the new end of the video. I don't know if I'm going to put that Hardhead review in there. Maybe it'd make the video too long. Or maybe you'll see like an extra 7 minutes or so on this review. But there you go. Are they worth it? If you have the originals, I'd say no. If you are in look for a new Headmaster series, then... I guess this is your best bet unless you want to run around on eBay, which you pretty much already have to do for at least wave 1 of this. This is wave 1 and 2. Some of 2, I guess you might be lucky enough to still get these in your store, all of them, but it really just depends. So the best of luck to you on your search. If you're going to get these, if you're even interested in Headmasters, I mean, you clearly are if you made it to the damn near end of this video. So have a good one. If you're new, watch the videos, decide if you want to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Please be sure to drop a like. You already know all this YouTube nonsense. Peace! What I hope for next in this reissue style line, hopefully it's not exclusive to Walmart, but hopefully we get the Target Masters with some of their Takara stuff. I hope that Trigger Happy doesn't have the hole molded in him like the Takara one did, but hopefully we get those. It would be nice to get their Target Master partners as well, even though we got those in Siege. But something like that would be nice to see. I mean, they'll probably be exclusive to Walmart if they do something like that. And I would like to see these style reissues as well. I mean, you got him in Siege. I still didn't get him yet. I need to get him before he's like out of stock somewhere because he's in online retailers still. And then Point Blank, they could remold from Power of the Primes. You know who I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now. And then we're supposedly getting him from a Mirage remold. I mean, if they remold the chest and they remold him, I mean, I could see it, but not just a straight recolor. I can't really see it from there, but there you go with that. I hope that we get the Target Masters as well, because the prices for those are insane. Also, should I paint the eyes red, or do you think this might in the future be one of those things that's like, oh, you got a misprint, it's worth more money? Will that be a thing? I don't know. I do kind of want to customize this. I kind of want to add some silver to the legs because they're kind of bland. Outline some stuff down there and add red to the eyes for sure. But I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think.